things are gonna start off slow in the first quarter, but I feel like everyone's gonna come back around like the half hour, 40 minutes, maybe an hour. If not, then well, hey, I can always go back to saying the most crazy, foul, unhinged stuff, but no one checked me, so that's great. Okay, so I think the goal right now is to obviously get to the 50 subscribers. 50 subscribers. That is the ultimate goal. For now. Sorry about that. I need to. Oh, damn. Guess Dan was busy. 3 streams. I gotta get that. That number up. Maybe if I stream more throughout the week, I can actually reach 50 subscribers. Now, the reason why I wanted to reach 50 subscribers was so I can essentially, if you can believe it, stream from my phone. And the moment I can stream from my phone, I can essentially show all my traditional stuff. I could come home from work, bring out a piece of poster board, right? And essentially kind of like, go full analog, go full Kim Jong-gi Super Annie with this operation. That would be cool to me. Also, it'd be a fun way to show off. Okay, so before I can get to the free draw stuff, I am going to do a sketch, a low resolution sketch, and color of what my version of Dr. Frankenstein would look like. Because, this on the far left, over here, yeah, I looked at that and I was like, wow, this is hot garbage. I cooked up some trash. Cooked up some TRASH trash. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and be right back. I gotta check if the toilet's flushed. And I'm gonna have to fix that doorknob one day or another. Okay, so my long-term goal with this channel is to essentially use it as a vehicle to, kickstart my art career. Ergo, stream until I go pro. What happens after I go pro? Well, maybe like, after a couple years, doing whatever the industry wants me to do, I'll get bored, and then I'll come back and stream some more artwork. Or I don't know, go the direction of Dave Raposa and Dan Warren and make my own book. Maybe I'll talk about my journey in the art industry, however positive or negative it may be. And, you know, use that to talk about in my, you know, my videos. Some, you know, free content. Free content. Because I'm a subscribe goblin, bro. I need it. Want it, need it. Can't live without the subscribes. I need you. I need your attention. Oh boy. God, sorry about that. Let me just, needless tabs. This stand-up comedian that I have a huge crush on, Total MILF. Maybe I should start on paper. Why not? Just bring me back to my roots. Also, about the painting from yesterday. Okay, I'm not sure what to do with this, but I do have an idea, and it's really cool. Alright? But before we get to this, I need you to bear with me, and stick through the boring stuff, which is Dr. Frankenstein and his 1700s wear. Alright. Maybe I should stream more times a day. If I stream for longer and stream more, I can get more people, more eyes on me. Same facial structure as John Lennon. I gotta search him up now. John Lennon. Yeah, that, you know, that lame-o. that talk about the Yellow Submarine. Imagine all the people. Imagine the wife you beaten. Quiet. Boy, hush. Quiet, submarine boy. Anyway. No, I don't think I like this. Gotta be careful before I cook up the trash again. Alright, let's see who we got. No one so far, okay. If I'm gonna be honest, yeah, nah. I'm starting off with paper for character designs. I don't know if I can. Do this. The guys at 6 more vodka or total G's, let me tell you. John Lennon. It's easy if you try. It'd be amazing. The Beatles. The car. The today. Fuck. Me car. Bugger all. Me knickers. Me nan. I'm British. Free healthcare. Hopefully this is better. I was hoping for a more sunken look, but you know, we'll work on that. We'll desaturate it a little bit later on. How's it going? Oh, so far so good. So far so good. I just got to 40 subscribers, so you know I'm obviously doing pretty good. I think I don't know, the goal here, I think it's a short-term goal, but the goal that I'd like to do is to reach like 50 subscribers. That way I can essentially stream from my phone and I can show you guys my more traditional stuff. I'd also like to try something that a Korean art studio has done, where basically they take their phones, right? And what they would do is they would essentially kind of like get some poster boards and brush pens, and they would essentially stream themselves drawing on like the poster boards. And it is, you know, they make like the most like beautiful, like the most like detailed like ink drawings. So that's kind of like the goal. I was hoping to like reach like 50 like soon. I'm obviously gonna have to, I think, work a bit more. Maybe stream some more. I'm obviously gonna have to stream some more. But yeah, no, that's how I'm going. How are you going, Big Toe? Oh, you know what? Oh, this is embarrassing. But I'm gonna type this in. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Scribe. Good? That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. Keep those spirits up. Keep the spirits up. Because times are rough. Message. Okay, so Big Toe, okay, so I really want to keep on going with this Berserk piece. I think I have an idea that'll really make it, like, you know, pop and look cool. But first I have to kind of like lay down the flats for this thing. So after that, you know, I'll get back to it. But first, this needs to be handled. Oh, yeah, me too. Also, I think, I don't know, maybe I could do like a 50 subscriber special, where like at first I could like show off all the art books that I have. I mean, one thing I would like to do is also I'd like to cover my face. I mean, granted, you know, that's kind of like a stupid thing to do, because, you know, it's like you could, if you follow my Instagram and literally just, you know, like scroll down, you could see my face. But at this point, I'm a bit uncomfortable with showing my face to strangers, you know. I don't think I'm the most photogenic guy in the world. You know? Not the most handsome, you know? Also, there's a lot of like, you know, say, do I have sunglasses? Maybe I could like, instead of using a mask, I could just get a hoodie, get like some get like a COVID mask, and some sunglasses, or just glasses, and then just work there. Just hide my face, hide my mug. Hide my mug. You know, have some mystery. People love a little mystery. Oh my God, who's that guy? Just need to get this out the way. Maybe I can like draw someone else from like a Spider-Verse or something. I'm not sure. It's kind of wild that I always I never draw. I always, you know, I just paint, and then, you know, it's like I never think about the foundation stuff. I just think about the flashy stuff. It's not cool. By the way, Big Toe, how's your drawing? Have you drawn? Like, I understand, like, you know, it's like odds are you're a minor and you still have school. But I don't know, like, you know, have you gotten some work in during your lunch hours or your, you know, free time? I could work on the shoes though. Maybe I could improve them. Like, here's something that I would do. When I was, I think, the age of like, when I was in like in my high school years, I would wake up every day at 5 before I'd have to take the bus or the train, just so I'd get some more time in drawing. My parents were not so thrilled about that, but you know, I kind of wanted to, you know. It's like, if I woke up, I'd get more time, more drawing, you know? And that's, you know, I really wanted to reach the level of the artist that I looked up to. And so you know, I woke up at like 5, and I would just, you know, would it be kind of like a health risk? Yeah, a little bit. But, you know, be kind of worth it. Alright. Flats are in. So, good doctor variations. Really rough sketches. I could probably just pretty it up by rendering it, right? So I'm gonna take that out, take that out. Yep. Hey, Broken Blade, how's it going, man? How's it going, my man? Save that. All right, get that out. All right, now we're back to the free paints. All right. So, you could never wake up that early? I mean, I don't know. Are you still in high school, Big Toe, if you don't mind me asking? Because essentially it's like, I live in New York, and my high school was, I think, way downtown. Well, not like, it was like, I lived in Manhattan, and, you know, my high school was in Central Park. How early was it? 5 o'clock. Basically, I had to be there by 7. I had to be there by 7. And essentially, I woke up at 5, and I'd get some more time in. And honestly, you know, I'd bust out the gouache paper. You know, I'd get a cup, bust out the gouache, you know, inks, just like experiment, doodle. You know, I do my best not to wake my parents up, as to not, you know, as to not get in trouble with them. Actually, no, hold on. Yeah, okay. You know what? Let's just take this. Bam. What is happening? Oh, right, I haven't merged this yet. Okay. No, 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 no. Layer. Yo, come on. Yo, man. How do I do this? You know what? Alright, better. Way better. Alright. So basically, I'd wake up and I'd experiment with different mediums. Honestly, if I had like Photoshop sooner, like I didn't get digital until like I was like 1 year into college. And this was like when I you know, I could only like digitally paint and or digitally draw like at school. But after my first Wacom, you know, boom, it was a done deal. It's a done deal. I think the long-term goal is 100 subscribers. That way, like it's kind of like the start of something big, in my opinion. I don't know if I can make a comic book, but I can make an art book. That's like the big goal. Like their goal is to reach 1,000 and then make an art book. Put it up on Kickstarter. I mean, how's everyone doing? You know, it's IDK someone. How have you been doing? You've been drawing? You've been grinding, putting in that work, raging against the machine. Yeah? Nice. Nice. I'd like to hear that. I'd like to see that. Amazing. I started to draw again and it was really fun. There you go. Yeah, of course. It's great. That's awesome. Look, what I was saying before, that was like some, that was those were like the stupid, like, Instagram inspirational quotes that I was just spouting before. Like, it's corny, but in the end, like, they work. And, like, in the end, like, it's like you getting back into drawing was like, it's like, and you're working on a story that's great, Broken Blood. Okay. Oh, wait. I think you've told me this before. I don't know. I forgot the synopsis. I kind of feel like a jerk now. You know what? I think I need some reference to draw alongside this. So I'm gonna open the image in a new tab. Reference, new folder. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. And here you go. Put that in group 3. I wonder how that's gonna look. Pinterest is failing me today. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Come on. I don't think this is gonna help me. I mean, we ball, I guess. Alright. Might have to paint above. Not the most proudest of what I. Gonna have to raise this up a little bit. No. What have I done? Alright. This happens all the time. Why do I draw on the wrong... Let's free transform. Alright. I think we can work on this. I think I had a friend, his name was Michael Spivey. He put me onto this. I don't think I was very nice to that kid. I wish I could apologize. I think he was also very into Nietzsche, but I could be wrong. Then again, you know, I'm also kind of into Jung. It's hard to, you know, I think both these historical figures have had their flaws. You know, Nietzsche's sexism, and then, you know, of course, Jung's, you know, tendency for racism and anti-Semitism, which is, you know, always, always kind of a shame. But in the end, you know, these are pretty cool figures that were very inspiring, especially for, you know, the guy who made this. His name is Kentaro Miura. I think you already know. You already know. I already know my chat room has elite ball knowledge, so. Okay, so on the 15th, I'm gonna check my emails. Okay. Sorry about that. You know, if any of you have questions, feel free to, you know, type in the chat. I'm a pretty open book. Also, I shall be going back to work around the 9th. So, this won't bring a stop to the streams, you know, far from it. But, this means I'm gonna have to basically change up my schedule. And, I'm probably going to be streaming at from I think 10 to 12 to like, and like when I get back from work, I'm probably going to be streaming from like, like 9 to 12. Let's see what happens. Either way, we'll still be marching forward towards our goal. 50. You know, gotta have to do something real quick here. Group 4 and subtract that from group 1. How have you been? How have I been? Well, doing all right. So far, nothing bad has happened to me or any of my loved ones, so I think I'm doing pretty good. Trying to figure out, this Berserk piece. At first it was supposed to be this little sketch, little head sketch, but then, it turned into something, cool that I wanted to follow. So I'm not sure I'm feeling this arm anatomy here. I am going back to work on like the 9th of September. So, do I have any hobbies besides art? That is actually a good question. That is actually a pretty good question. Well, there is bike riding. I really love to ride on the bicycle. I think way after like high school college was over, and I had myself a little break from everything. I rode the bike like a lot, and much to my mom's chagrin, I would essentially test how far I could go. And it's like if I made it to like Washington Heights on the bike, okay, it's like let's see if I can like make it to Harlem. Okay, Harlem, let's see if I can make it to Central Park. I never really got to Central Park, much to my regret, but why do I sleep in my bedtime, bro? Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I'm very sorry about that. Maybe maybe I should have streamed earlier today. I had every opportunity to, but let's chalk it up to laziness, and that is chalk it up to sloth. That is my bad. My B. My B, Lizzie. It's 10 p.m. Well, it's 9:57 where I'm from. It's 9:57. How is this arm? Like, I don't. I don't want to. I would have stayed up till 1 to watch. You would have stayed up till 1 to watch me? Man, I'm flattered, man. Also, Liz, good night. Good night. Hey, on your way out, could you like the stream, please? Helps me out with the algorithm. Here I go, begging for likes again. Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. As a fellow Latino, don't make your mom mad. No. Don't worry, I will. Why, thank you. Thank you. Have a great night. Sweet dreams. Good night, sweet Liz. Hopefully that didn't come off as too creepy. Sweet dreams. I think the school that I'm going to be working at is going to be a middle school. Now, this isn't the first time I've worked in a middle school, I have worked in a middle school in Chinatown. And, if the middle school in Chinatown is anything like, the middle school I'm going to, then I guess I'll be fine. But I think the one thing that I'm going to have to kind of contend with is the fact that, it's like, these kids, like, they're very apathetic. And they're very, into their phones. I mean, quite frankly, the only way I could ever get them to, participate in my, activities was to, basically say, hey, if we, finish this activity, without any interruptions, I can put up some Stephen Heat, I only got them to pay attention to one thing. Which was an art class that I made. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I don't know. I don't think I like this. I should probably get some reference. Not with this. I'm gonna take a minute, go on Pinterest. Just need a specific sword pose. is so hard to find? I think, no. Yeah, I'm very sorry about this, man. I'm very sorry about this, you guys. This is the closest thing I can find. You know what? Close enough. Close enough. All right. You know what? I honestly use myself at the pose effort sometimes if interest doesn't have the specific one. That is good advice, but sometimes like it's like, you know, I feel like I can't because like I'm not like, you know, I'm not like, you know, buff is like guts is, you know, is ripped. I am skinny. I think there'll be a new full policy where kids can't bring phones to school, but luckily it has been approved by all the states. All right, all right. Well, then they'll be even harder to, you know, to deal with. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I can possibly work with this. Down. There's a box policy, so I think that when you go to middle school, hopefully it won't be that bad. Let's pray. I mean, I've been to middle school before. I don't know, maybe things have changed, but let's just say some of the kids, like the kids I've been around with, no home training whatsoever. They no, they don't. It's like, it was rough. It was rough for me. I gotta tell you. And granted, I wasn't, perfect, but and I did the bare minimum. I came in, I did the work, you know. I did the homework. I followed basic instructions. Granted, I did have some, I did act like a moron in some instances. Honestly, I should have known better, but still, for the most part, I did the bare minimum, man. The bare minimum. Okay. Okay, so this is multiply, right? So this is normal. Come on, come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Don't be stupid. Oh man. Here's to hoping I don't screw up the arms. It's okay. No one's perfect. It's okay to do the bare minimum as long as you tried and did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. Okay. What's everyone's favorite food? Oh yeah, no. This is a question that that might get you mixed reviews, but basically my favorite food my favorite food has to be I think pata de vaca with tostones. Now, what is pata de vaca con tostones? Okay, so pata de vaca is basically cow foot stew. What you do is basically you kind of like you take some cow feet that has been slaughtered from a cow, and essentially I'm not sure what type of seasoning that my mom inundates with it, but basically she adds some seasoning on that, whatever she adds on, I'm not sure how. She puts it in a crock pot, right? And she lets that basically cook overnight. I remember because it often it stinks up the place. But despite the fact that it kind of smells, it's worth it. Because when you finally get that, and add that, get some like pata de vaca, and put that on and slap that on some rice. Oh my God, it is just, it's just, I eat that, and like honestly, if I like okay, so basically like if Kat Dennings or Sydney Sweeney came to me and said, "Hi, Jacob, I don't know you, but I saw you walking down the street, and I just had to say, damn, I want that. I need that. I desire that. But you're going to have to choose either me or your mother's cowfoot stew. I'm picking the cowfoot stew. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sydney Sweeney. I'm sorry, Kat Dennings. I'm sorry, Christina Hendricks. Yes, you're hot, and you might have kick-started my puberty, but in the end, cowfoot stew wins. It always wins. It will never not win. That's how much I love my mom's cowfeet stew. Stroganoff? I don't know what that is, but I think, is that Russian? Stroganoff. I think that might be German. No, Stroganoff. The off. Kind of gives it away, but yeah, no, but by the way, Broken Blade sounds delicious. Hey, it is. It is. It's delicious. It's give up your give up give up the perfect woman delicious. No, but I'm serious. I really hope I haven't screwed up the arm here. Like, Jesus Christ. Something with a lot of cheese, pizza, lasagna? Okay. That's good. I think one place I already do remember. My favorite restaurant? I mean, I don't know. I think my favorite restaurant is lasagna's my fourth favorite food. All right. Fried catfish. I have not tried that. Broken Blade, how good is it? The fried catfish. Like, is it delicious? I'm actually kind of like genuinely curious now. It's great. Okay. I love fish. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love fish? They're delicious. Maybe you could tell from my profile pic. Yep, I see that goldfish. We see the PFP. We see the PFP, bro. Bunch of fried chicken with the flavor of juicy fish. So good. All right, all right. Fried catfish. A broken blade. Hopefully this isn't insensitive, but could I find fried catfish at like a soul food restaurant? Just asking. Yeah, fish are beautiful in the water. I have been to an aquarium on like a school trip, like escorting some of the boys, and I gotta say it's really beautiful, really beautiful. It's a sight to behold. Food and animals. It would depend on the restaurant. Okay, okay. Because like there's a soul food place in Harlem, and you know, look, me and my family have been there like multiple times, but we've never tried like fried catfish. Okay. I'm not sure what the name is, but it's like right next to the Magic Johnson movie theater. Give it a try sometime. Okay, we'll do. Okay, so I think. Oh wait, you know what reminds me of like it's like you said like it's like fried chicken, but it's it tastes like fish. You know, it kind of reminds me of fried shrimp. See, now that's a good. Now that's a good meal right there. That right there, delicious. Just finger licking good. That right there, that is something that's a banger, boys or girls, or whoever is in my chat right now. Whatever you identify as. Why are y'all making me hungry? Hey, don't blame me. Blame IDK someone. He was in the chat asking everyone on their favorite food. I just came in. I'm being a good host. I'm answering questions. Speaking of which, please, more questions. Right now I'm kind of thirsty. I want to go for some water. 50 subscribers. Bro, I always forget to drink water. Me too. I don't know why. I should probably, like, I don't know. One thing I should definitely do is just have a poster. A poster with like a poster with, you know, with Kat Dennings or Sydney Sweeney in a bikini, and they're holding bottles of water, and it says, "Drink water, you idiot." And then I wake up and I'm greeted by that image, and I'm like, okay, drink water. Man, I'm thirsty. Oh, I want some water. That will work. Definitely work. Because I'm a stupid buffoon of a man. Okay. Everyone's favorite drink? Okay, my favorite drink is, I think it's between ginger ale, Poppy, and fruit punch Snapple. Root beer. I should try root beer. Yeah, me too. Drink water, idiot. It's like, yes, yes, my queen. Give me every water bottle you have. Flavor of toothpaste in some countries. So I'm essentially just like, so you're just, so it's like soda, but you know, tastes like toothpaste. Especially out of a cold glass bottle. You know what? I'm gonna get some water, man. I am parched. It's gonna check the progress first. No. What happened, dude? No, no. Son of a... Alright. Cool, 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 cool. E-R-E. I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna get some water. Alright, I'm back. I am back. I am back. Alright. You're gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna go check if the sink isn't overflowing. I'll be right back again. I'm very sorry. Okay, completely dry. Any phobias? Well, I haven't exactly. Okay, so I think that's a strange and interesting question, but okay, I'm game. I think I don't exactly have phobias, but I do have fears. So, one big fear, it's stupid, but one big fear is essentially finding the wrong person. Like, I don't know, like trypophobia. You know what? No, that's not exactly a good fear. It's not exactly a phobia. All right, so what do I have an irrational fear of? I don't know. Hopefully this was, yeah, knock on wood, superstition. Erase that because I'm back. Broken blade. Do you say do certain patterns or textures make your skin crawl? Yes, they do. Whenever I run my nails across granite and it's bumpy, I just I can't help but just shake and have goosebumps all over my body. I do not like it. obsessing over details. No, that's not. That's not. That is not Cash Money. That's not hip hop. Okay. This is Cash Money. This is Cash Money. This is hip hop. It's money time. It's cash time. Do I ever get art block? That is also an interesting question. I mean, I don't know, probably. I think, yeah, kind of do. I mean, it doesn't exactly get bad though. I mean, one thing I would do to kind of remedy that is, you know, it's like if things are getting a bit too, you know, things are getting a bit too difficult and I need a break, I essentially just get up and you know, I go for a walk. You know, I do some exercise. You know, I get the blood pumping. You know, it could be like a brisk walk or like a jog. And honestly, it's like I honestly gotta thank my cousins because like I think I have cousins who are like way into physical fitness more than me, and I should be more into physical fitness. But you know, it's like when they ask me, hey, do you want to go jogging? Or do you want to go work out? Yeah, walks are nice. I go, of course. And I put on my running shoes, my joggers, you know, like a wife beater. And, you know, I run some miles. It's a good exercise. My legs are sore, but, you know, it gets all the antsy stuff out of me. Cuts all the anxiety away. Cuts off all the anxiety. Oh boy. Wrong layer. It's okay, it's an illustration. Yeah, no, yeah, walks are really nice. I think like throughout, I think before I was employed, when I was unemployed, I would take lots of them. I would there's a park near where I live, and there's some spots. There's some spots where essentially you kind of you go for a walk, and then there's like you know they're like lakes and beaches or rivers, like rivers and beaches, and you essentially just if you know where to go, you can find them. And normally I go to those places and I stop by the beach or the lake and I just sit there and listen to the waves crash. Now, I'm like, I'm not sure if that could, help you with art block, but I've heard that this helps a lot for people. It also helps to essentially, like get into, I don't know, I think other hobbies are kind of essential for getting rid of art block, like working out or getting into history, you know? I think human history is one of the more fascinating, it's like history is super fascinating. And if you have any creativity blocks, just just go find a documentary or any documentary really. I think there's some good documentaries that I've watched. There's one about Vince McMahon and the history that he has with the WWE, his life story, how he came up, and it's fascinating. If you have art block, walking, documentaries, big help. Really big help, quite frankly. I think nothing more fascinating than human history. Vince is really a deeply flawed person, but very interesting because he was essentially very involved in he was the work that he's done and the decisions that he's made have greatly influenced what the WWE has become today. People, of course, when you're as big as Vince, you can't get the power that you have without stepping on some people. Yeah, of course, of course. And I feel like the life story of Vince McMahon or whomever is very interesting. For example, Rasputin. Essentially, Rasputin was kind of like a preacher of a very heretical form of Christianity that was recognized by a lot of people during especially the royal family, the family of the Tsar in Russia, as some kind of sorcerer. He was very he helped the Tsar's son get better. And Rasputin's Rasputin was a figure that was very detested. Very strange figure that was very detested because of his methods. how it would heal people, and how like, basically he was his penchant for essentially kind of like sleeping around, you know, and getting drunk, and you know just making a fool out of himself. Not to mention like how he died. Quite frankly, Russian history and culture is like very fascinating to me. Like I have an idea for a comic book. It's a futuristic comic book. Like it's not like a comic book that's like, oh, it's in the future. No, it's like it's actually no, it takes place in the future, and it takes place in like a sci-fi version of like the of like Russia, and basically just it implements like the visuals of a lot of like Russian generals, czars. It's like Russian history and mythology is something that like I find very like very cool. And interesting. Quite frankly, just if you have art block, I mean, there are many options. You can take a break, go for a walk, look outwards towards history. Have I written out anything yet? Okay, that's actually yeah, Broken Blade. I have. I do have a. I do have. I have a script. It's unfinished. It's about a luchador who essentially, like a priest who moonlights as a luchador, and essentially that priest has to essentially like team up with a vampire hunter or a monster hunter who has existed since the Crusades to fight off the vampires who have been targeting his orphanage. I call it Luchavania. And it's my idea. I have some concepts. I have some storyboards. It's not really ready yet, on account of me being a giant procrastinator. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, basically basically like I like okay, so this idea was basically inspired off of the story of Fray Tormenta. He is a Mexican luchador. No, he is a priest who became a Mexican luchador just so he can essentially kind of like feed his orphanage. And this story inspired Nacho Libre, you know? Honestly, I even have like the antagonist of the story figured out. It's not exactly like all the way ready yet, but when I finish it, it's gonna be a banger, in my honest opinion. Because for like one, Lucha Libre, awesome. It's like this performance art form has essentially inspired the WWE in its entirety. Two, you know, like Mexican mythology and folklore and Aztec mythology and folklore lends itself a lot to like vampirism and like the sacrifices and it's I mean, not to insult like the the Aztec legends or mythology, something like that at all. But you can do a lot with it. Like from dusk till dawn, it meshes Aztec mythology with vampires, and it's badass. And luchadors, like the involvement of luchadors into anything is really cool. The masks, the aesthetic, and like the fact that they're kind of like that they're already like larger than life and kind of like super heroic. Like imagine the visual of a luchador fighting off like muscular vampires. He's got stakes in his hands, a cross in the other, you know, or like maybe like like a vampire is like on the mat and he's like trying to crawl out, but then a luchador is like just jumping from one of the ropes, and he's about to basically elbow slam the vampire. Like how is that not a cool visual? Not to mention, like, I think Mexico is a very Catholic influenced country, and I think there are a lot of Catholic visuals in Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. There's a lot of like Catholic visuals in Transylvania. No, not Transylvania, like Castlevania. Have I seen the movie MFKZ? Of course, multiple times. It's really beautiful. It's amazingly animated. I've seen it many times. My favorite soundtrack of that movie is Que no se tiren. Like it's just very like they play that during like the very high octane chase scenes, and it like really just gets the heart pumping. I mean, quite frankly, like the fact that there hasn't been a sequel yet is kind of sad to me. I want there to be a sequel so bad. I really do. And I'm not sure what the author of that bande dessinée like or that comic is planning, but another sequel would be great. Also, the background, like the background work for that movie, is just phenomenal. You know, it's great. A sequel would be amazing. Especially in times like these. Like more like 2D animated stuff, especially in the age of of like image generation, would just be like would be great. Like we need more of that, obviously. I think. Oh, wait, what's another? Hmm. Another animated movie that I like besides Spider Verse, because well, who doesn't like Spider Verse? Everyone likes Spider Verse. It's like pizza or fried chicken or Chinese food. Everyone loves it. Who doesn't like it? It's like Spider-Man. Who doesn't like Spider-Man? Dude is everybody's favorite superhero. It's like, hey kid, who's your favorite superhero? My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Join the club, buddy. Join the club. Your uncle's favorite superhero is Spider-Man. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Join the club, kid. Yeah, no. Yeah, they are. They really are. You know what? I'm still kind of. I would love like a movie that of that style that will focus on Peter Parker. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but I do want that. Like I want a movie that focuses on like an older Peter Parker who's like, it's like, yeah, he's like, he's out of the, he's not poor anymore. He has a daughter, he has like a wife. Things are going okay for him. But like in the end he still has like struggles, like, being a father, being a husband, keeping a job, balancing that with being Spider-Man. I would like to see that. Honestly, I kind of wish that, it's like, I don't know. Sorry about that. I would like to see Peter Parker like, hold on to like a job. Yeah, that would be cool. And it's like, he's getting older, his daughter's becoming a teenager, and it's like, oh no, what are the ramifications of that? It's like she's developing spider powers, she wants to be a superhero. It's like, do I encourage this? I mean, look at what Spider-Man has done for me. Like, yeah, granted, it's done like a lot of good things, but mostly it's like it's also done mostly bad things. Like, you can't just take bad things. Like, at one point I was in like a very bad position in my life because of Spider-Man. Like, do I want to encourage this in my daughter? Be right back? Of course, of course. I ran off for some water. All right. I'm not gonna be offended. It's like, oh, you're gonna leave? Like my wife? No. You stay. And you watch me all the time. You watch. Yeah, no, just no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, but no, also, I think, has anyone read the new like comics for Spider-Man? Like, I'm not a big fan, but the I'm not a big fan of like the new run, but the one thing I am a giant fan of, the one thing that I kind of like seeing, or that I like, it's I like seeing Peter hold down a job, and it's like a job that he's like really good at, and it's like he's excelling in the work environment, and people are like liking him, and the boss, you know, isn't like he's not in a bad place with the boss, you know. It's like the boss isn't like threatening to fire him. He's actually kind of like, being a decently responsible adult, and that's something I'd love to see. Because I don't know, like, because I like Peter, and I want to see him succeed. Because I've grown up with him all these years. And granted, I don't think I grew up with Peter. Like, he's been an adult long before I was born. Yeah, seeing Peter Parker hold down a job, it's like, yes, yes. Like, if I had my way, like my version of Spider-Man, if I had my way, like the adult version of Spider-Man for me, like he'd be married, he'd have a kid with Mary Jane, you know, his job would actually kind of like, would be really cool. Like he'd be like Reed Richards' lab assistant. You know, he'd be like he'd be more of like a more integral to like the Fantastic Four, seeing as how they kind of like view him as family. And I don't know, Mary Jane would be like, Mary Jane was always a celebrity for most of the time, like in like the Spider-Man comics, like she'd be like a pro superhero activist and a pro mutant rights activist. Like that would be cool. Where basically it's like she's like Spider-Man's actually pretty cool. Look at how many people he's saving, and look, the X-Men are pretty cool. Mutants aren't like here to destroy us; they're here to help us. We can live together in harmony, and like this is actually kind of like getting more traction, more traction. We're getting actual progress in the Marvel universe. We don't. That'd be cool. I would love to see that. I would love to see Peter Parker, in a successful relationship, holding down a cool job. Like imagine, like, because like if you were like a scientist in the Marvel universe, holding that, like being Reed's, like Mr. Fantastic's lab assistant or research partner would be the coolest job ever. You're working alongside essentially Einstein or Oppenheimer. You know? But nah, nah. That's just be geeking out though. It's like I've never had a girlfriend before, and judging by like how I'm talking, you can tell. Hmm. I would love to see Peter happy more than anything, because after everything he's been through, after all the, all the unmitigated BS that Joe Quesada and the publishers at Marvel have put him through, honestly, that dude deserves it. And one thing they could do is just like undo the one more day nonsense. Just get that off the board. No. It's like no. Pa fuera. Basura. Tires de porquería. The worst idea that Joe Quesada ever thought of. Who let that man cook? Who let him cook? They should have given him a restraining order. He can't be Bro can't be within 5 meters of the entire kitchen. No. Don't let him in. He's scaring away the fans. He's scaring away the money. Honestly, just seeing Peter Parker employed just gets me hyped. I'm like, yes, hold down that job, twin. Yes, be financially responsible. Yes, do your taxes. I mean, the art is looking so good. Appreciate you, pimp. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. I made it myself. Thank you. Yeah, at first I was kind of scared. Now I'm kind of pumped. This is gonna look so good. Especially with what I got planned. It's like, what? Is that what the. No, I'm sorry, I hate that. It's like, dude, growing up is one of the most. Constant employment struggles. Like, dude, at this point, like, I understand you want to make Peter Parker relatable, but at the same time, it's like, growing up, growing up and figuring your life out is also relatable. Yeah, of course, Peter Parker has had that struggles, has had like needs to have essentially struggles, you know, like what Peter Parker is a character that is say like throughout most of the 2000s or like the 90s was like in his mid to late 20s. Like of course he's gonna struggle, because by that point in your life, you're essentially still just you're still figuring yourself out as a human being, as an adult. You're trying to figure out, how, in what ways do I fit in with this world? You know? What is my purpose? What am I good at? You know? And by that point, like, he's an adult. Like, how long is Peter expected to kind of, like, stay in this, like, perpetual state of struggle? At some point, like, Peter Parker is one of the most smartest, like, characters in fiction. Like, people think he's like just some, like, people apparently, like, think he's like some sticky Tarzan in a suit. That's not the case. His strategic mind, his scientific mind, and quite frankly, like this dude, like, there are moments where essentially Reed Richards has asked, Peter Parker for a second opinion, because Reed knows that that Peter Parker is like a very brilliant, like, young man, like a very brilliant young superhero. Like, the dude has gifts, like, beyond that aren't like that aren't like his spider powers. And what? He's just gonna stay broke and struggling? Like, the dude is no, come on. Like, at some point, like, yeah, okay, I understand the writers want Peter Parker to be relatable, but like at some point, like, it's at some point, struggling into your late 30s. That's kind of, I don't know. I mean, is it kind of relatable? Yes, but at the same time, it's also very concerning and, like, a bit sad. You know? It's like at some point, Peter Parker, yeah, of course, he's going to be relatable, but, like, he has to be relatable, but, like, I think one of the more relatable things that a person can go through is growing up. Peter Parker has to grow up. And if you want a more young and relatable Spider-Man, then that's where Miles comes in. But at this point, Peter needs to, like, move on. It's like in Spider-Verse, Peter Parker in Spider-Verse, he's kind of like my favorite rendition, because in the end, Peter, he, like, he manages to, hash things out with Mary Jane. He grows, like, he manages to basically become a husband, a father. I mean, honestly, it sounds cliche, but that's kind of where I want to be at some point in my life. I want to be a husband. I want to have a couple kids of my own. Well, I don't know, maybe like a kid or two. Maybe a dog. And at some point, you're not going to be like, you're not going to be young forever. Granted, Peter has been young for a very long time because, well, he's a fictional character. You can do whatever you want. You can de-age him. You can age him up. You can do whatever you want. Peter Parker at some like on some level, he's gonna be a teenager for forever. Like I'm gonna be old and 60, and Peter Parker is still going to be 15. But, cause like but at some point, Peter is going to have to basically kind of like grow up, grow old. Matter of fact, that's why my favorite Spider-Man comic is Spider-Man Life Story. Because we get to see that. We get to see Peter Parker grow up. We get to see Peter Parker get older. We get to see Peter Parker as an old man. And quite frankly, it's a great story. And not only that, it's like we get it gives space for Miles. He's the new Spider-Man. Like Peter Parker, like he's not, like he's a pretty cool teen superhero, but at some point I think like Steve Ditko, like he wanted Peter Parker to essentially like grow up, become a man. And like Steve Ditko is a very controversial figure in comics, especially seeing as how he's like a big Ayn Rand fan, like a big Ayn Rand stand. But I kind of agree with him on that certain point. It's like at some point, you're gonna have to become like an adult. You're gonna have to become a man. Become more financially stable. Find a decent woman. Have a meaningful relationship. Pop out some crotch spawn. Whoever gave me that subscribe, I appreciate you, pimp. I appreciate it. We got 9 more subscriptions until 50. All right, 9 more, boys and girls and non-binary pals, whatever you identify as in this day and age. I'm too stupid to know, so don't expect me to. I'm just gonna respectfully nod and just be respectful of what you choose to identify as, because it's not my place to say. Whatever you identify as, Z, Zer, Zim, Zip, Zap, Zooey, whatever, man. Don't care. Free country. You can do whatever you want. You're not hurting nobody. Shouldn't be a big problem. Hopefully that wasn't offensive, but I identify as a fish. Okay. Yeah, but no, 41 subscribers. Nine more until 50. 9 more until 50, then the traditional stream can begin. I'll still paint. But time is right and I have the supplies needed, now in a way we can make it. Yes, see? Right there. That's the spirit, Big Toe. I like that energy. We can make it. I like that energy. We can make it. It's like Miley Cyrus said. It's like some great philosopher, not Miley Cyrus, some great philosopher said, there's always gonna be an uphill battle. You know, the climb, Miley Cyrus. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna want to make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. It's not about how fast you get there. It's not about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. It's the climb. Hey man, you wish you had more accounts to help? Hey, I appreciate the gesture, homie. I appreciate the gesture, homie. I appreciate the gesture. Me too. Yeah. I wish, you know, I wish you had, you had more accounts to help too. You know? Right now we gotta keep climbing. Gotta keep grinding. Whoever subscribed, appreciate you. I appreciate you, my guy. I had to subscribe on another one though. Hey, it don't matter. A win's a win. A win is a win. You don't know if it helped much? Hey, it's the thought that counts. The thought that counts. The fact that you went out your own way to subscribe to me twice, it just warms my heart. It warms my heart, man. I could kiss you on the forehead if I could. I'd reach across the I'd reach into the monitor, grab your head, give you a fat sloppy kiss. The ones that your aunt might give you when you were like 6. Just the type of like that leaves like lipstick on your face. And you have to wash it off with the wipey. I'd give you that. Yo. What do I have to say? Pause? Okay, so we're gonna. I don't think we're. Hello, Mr. Professional. Ah, Gabriel. Gabriel. Gavi. Ga. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see that you graced my chat. Gabriel's here. My best friend of 25 years. Actually, no, hold on. I think we were friends because, like, I think we first became friends when I was like 3. So, 22 years. Hey, buddy. What do you mean, buddy? Why are you calling me bud, man? I'm taller than you. I am not a buddy. Okay, I'm your best friend of 22 years. Alright? What are you gonna do? Are you demoting me? It feels like forever. Yes, because it has been forever. What, do you remember anything that happened to you when you were 3? I don't. I mean, I remember one thing, but it was pretty freaky though. I think I remember a dream that I had when I was 3. How about bestie? I don't know. I feel like that's like a label that women give each other. Not to like dunk on women, but like, you know, I identify with the gender that I was born with. So how about best friend? Yes, no. We go with this, best friend, because you're my best friend. No besties here. You know? Who do you think I am? Calling me a bestie? What do I look like? Do I look like a? Yes. Do I look like Bethany? Do I look like, you know, Keisha? Yes, my best friend. Yes. Yes. So, how's Philadelphia treating you? Hopefully better than when we last left off. By the way, sorry for not contacting you these past few weekends. But by the way, Gavi, I am 9 subscribers away from 50. Alright? It's gonna be beautiful. I think my big goal is to get to 1,000. And from then on, I can most likely, you know, dip my finger into a Kickstarter and like make an art book. It's all good. You were going pro. Yes, exactly. That's the spirit. And I'm not going pro. I'm streaming until I'm going pro. Big difference. I'm doing numbers. Hey, I mean, I'm not like, you know, I'm not getting into Streamers University with these numbers, but, you know, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I got a couple people in here with me, you know, which is honestly something I never really imagined happening. I got like I don't know, someone in here, Big Toe, Broken Blade, think like some decent do I stream on weekends? You know what? Hold on, I think I do. Though it's like I think sometimes I do take breaks.
hi chat, this guy's the best, that means a lot. I would cry, but I'm a man, so I'm not gonna do so. But yeah, I know Big Toe. I think I do, but if that's something that you would like, then I'll look into it. Streaming on the weekends. I mean, I do have like a lot of time on the weekends. So yeah, if I have like, that depends. Like if I have like a family, unless I have a family gathering to go to, because there are some events that I'm probably going to have to go to, like I don't know, like weddings or funerals. Then again, I haven't exactly, I don't know, I haven't exactly went to any family gatherings. I'll probably stream them. Ex- expect it on the weekends. Maybe. Be, when it comes to streaming on the weekends, I advise you to be cautiously optimistic. It's like, hope for the best, but expect the worst. Gavi, my friends, my fans. No, stop. No, I'm not gonna call you my fans. The people in the chat are saying hi to you. Do I have a schedule? No. I mean, I've just been doing this every day. Like, quite frankly, I've just been, going in, streaming, out. Some days I do this twice a day. I mean, honestly, I think earlier in the year, with my part-time job, I have been streaming in the mornings, then I go to work, and then I stream in the afternoon. And then that's my day. Here, I've kind of been doing the same. So, odds are, I kind of do, but it's not, I think the bare minimum is basically stream at least once per day for me. And, I've honestly been doing this, throughout, most of, the year. I think it started with, Ryan Gutierrez. Okay. Alright. You have the proper time to draw on weekends, and it's nice to have your streams while you do that? Alright. That's the case then, okay. I'd like to be that for you. No, it's like... Yeah, I'll probably draw on weekends, Big Toe. But, Ryan Gutierrez, he's been streaming a lot. And I thought, hey, Ryan is streaming a lot. I wanted to challenge myself into streaming almost every day. And so I did that for a prolonged period of time. And then, it kind of slowed down during the summer. Because, work, and every time, after a... Okay, don't be pressured by me, because taking breaks is good. Okay. Because every time I'd come home from work, I would just be drained. Because 10-hour shifts do that to you. Man, 10-hour shifts, especially working with kids. Oh boy, hoo-wee. Okay, no, wait, no, multiply layer. Yeah, but no, like I think like almost every day I make the effort. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. But almost every day I kind of make the effort to, to do it. I got good stamina. Well, yeah, you gotta have to, Consistency is king. Consistency is God. No, no, it's not. Christ is Lord. No, but no, consistency is king. And so far, like being consistent, like it's been like it's helped me like a huge boost in my skills. And honestly, like dude, if I ever had like the same discipline when it came to like basically like anything else, like working out or like I don't know, therapy or like looking for jobs or that I'd be in a better place by now. Or like asking girls out, I'd have a girlfriend by now. I'd have 2 girlfriends. I'd be like the rapper video, like the rapper. It's like, why have 1 chick when you can have 5? Why have 5 chicks when you can have 9? Man, I'll give away a chick. You can take mine. You know. Like just no, consistency. Consistency is king. Like consistency like really helped me out here. And I've got good stamina. Hey man. When it's about something that you like doing anyway, you don't need stamina. You don't need it. Although one thing I don't like about streaming is like you have like, I feel like I don't want to see the amount of viewers here, because right now that is psyching me out. That is flaring up my 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 neediness. It's like I feel like this works really well when I have no attachment to outcomes. But I feel like, it's like, then again, I'm streaming with a specific outcome in mind. I'm inherently doing that, so it's like, why hide it? Why talk about being agnostic to outcomes when you're clearly hinging on one outcome, which is just gaining subscribers in the hopes that you can, kickstart an art career. But enough about me psychoanalyzing. I think in the mornings, on the days that I do have 2 streams at a time, I think one thing I could do is just study streams. I could just do studies of people and colors. Or finish streams, where basically I take old projects and I just finish them. Or just projects, like every morning throughout this week, I've been essentially streaming myself doing a specific project. And this is the project that I've been doing for Lightbox, which is essentially just character designs for my rendition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I mean, quite frankly, I've kind of been procrastinating on that thing because I get bored. I've been getting bored of that project. Also, clothes in the 1700s. It's like, yeah, they have a certain style, but you know, I'm not really into that. Mm. I'm not into that, you know, fancy schmancy, you know, Downton Abbey, Pride and the Prejudice stuff. I'm kind of very simple minded, you know. You know, I like blood, I like guts, I like superheroes, I like women, you know. I like action, you know. You know, I'm very, I'm not like, I'm kind of, you know, I'm simple like that, you know. You know, Downton Abbey is not my thing. Bridgerton, obviously not my thing. I'm not really into like, you know, the more, you know, emotionally driven, you know. Although I did watch Dairy Girls, but that's different, you know, because that's like that takes place in like what, the '90s in Scotland. That was actually kind of a fun watch. No, actually, they're Irish, not Scottish. Scottish. Always best to work on something you're interested in. True. True. Just true, man. True. Cause, man, it gets boring. It's boring real fast. But I gotta finish it though. Gotta finish it. Gotta finish it. Oh, 42 subscribers. 42 subscribers. Whoever did that, appreciate you. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. We got 8 more, boys and girls and non-binary people who watch the stream. At this point, I might as well prepare. Get the 8 away. Yes, exactly, Big Toe. 8 away, bro. 8 away. Man, I gotta actually check this. This seems too good to be true, man. $42. It is. It is. Oh man, I feel like a JJ. Wait. Oh. Yes, they do. Because they're very encouraging. They're very nice. You know, as far as parasocial relationships go, not bad. I can see why streamers get 42. 8 more. 8 more. 42? Nah, thank you. You know, when I reach 100, there has to be like a celebration of some kind. There needs to be a celebration. I'm not sure what. But there needs to be 42. Whoever did that, I blow you a kiss. I blow you a kiss. Is this what it's like to, have a growing channel? I can see why people get so egotistic. Some YouTubers get so egotistical and wig out and crash out. This is like a drug, man. It's like a drug.
I'm getting so high right now. So high right now. I'm high on friendship and life and support. And the love of our Lord Jesus Christ. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. But have unprotected. No, stop. I'm sorry. Alright. Yes, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Have unprotected sex instead. No. Okay, no, I'm sorry. No. Listen to me. I know what's best for you. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm sorry. And I lost a viewer. Oh, okay. No. Okay. Honestly, I think the biggest obstacle is like it's getting used to streaming to nobody, like getting used to the days where you essentially just have 0 viewers and that's all you get. I hope that joke wasn't too dark. Because I gotta be honest, I like making dark jokes. They're funny. Wait, 7 more. Hold up. What? 7 more. 7 more. I don't know what's happening. Either someone's making fake accounts and subscribing more than once, or I don't know, maybe like Gavi got his partner to sub to me. Either way, I welcome it. I welcome it.
consistency will get you. This is what hard work and grinding will get you. I understand it now. I understand it now. You gotta be honest, you're telling anyone you know. You're telling everyone you know and trying to get them to sub to me. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. IDK, hey someone. Thank you. Hold on. Where's the heart? You're a true friend, IDK. Have you murdered someone in cold blood and cannibalized their flesh? I wouldn't tell anyone. I would not tell a soul. If you went full Jeffrey Dahmer, I'd be in the stands, just defending you, defending your honor, defending your innocence, despite the fact that you clearly did it. It's like, he didn't do it. He didn't kill these people. Psh, fake news. Fake news. And then they show me evidence. Thank you. Thank you. They show me more evidence. It's like, psh, man, you probably killed like 2 of these people. But the rest is bullshit. Come on. Come on, Judge. Come on. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. I mean, IDK someone. Are you African American? Because like that'd be another like, you know, that'd be another like defense I do. It's like, wow, okay, another African American, another young African American man, and becomes a victim to our corrupt racist justice system. What, you never seen a young black guy kill and eat someone before? No. White man gets to do it. That's cool. You get to make all these podcasts about it. But when a brother does it, nah, just kidding. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, I IDK someone. Like, thank you. Like I said, I like dark humor. I really like dark humor. It's really funny. I hope that doesn't nusk. Amen. Thank you. honestly don't know what to say, man. This is just some top tier kindness. I'm baffled on how to pay you back. You don't need to. It's like Batman. It's like that final scene in The Dark Knight. Jim Gordon's like, I don't know how to thank you. You don't have to. Kindness is the gift itself. Dude. Yeah. Man. When you say that, kind of makes me feel a bit, a bit more self-conscious. It's like I'm not as kind as I should be. Kindness is the gift itself. You know what? That's a quote, man. That is gold. Kentucky gold. Getting nervous about this painting. I don't know why. $50 subs, that's a molehill. I think the real challenge will be getting to 100. And with work coming along, But hey, we'll follow the words of the wise Miley Cyrus. I can't stop. And I won't stop. As you know, such a wise sage, Miley Cyrus. Those were all the friends that I had convinced. 44, 6 more. You're a hero. 6 more to go now. You're a hero. You're a hero. You're a hero. IDK someone. Are you Superman? Do you have an S on your chest? Did you come back to life in 3 days? You didn't need to do any of this. Honestly. Bro, this is legendary type shit, man. Not yet. Nice. No, but thank you. In all seriousness, you don't need to. You didn't need to do this. Like like wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. You reminded me of my brother, so I felt like the right thing to do. Wow. I don't know how to. I don't know how to what to say about that. But all right, I'll just go with it. Was was your brother like? Who was your brother, by the way? Like, he's obviously just someone important to you. Is he still, is he, like, you know? Hopefully this is like become like too, like personal question, you know? Does your brother also like to draw? Oh, okay. Well, odds are we want to know. I'm not sure if we actually hit it off. I can be a difficult person like I feel like it's like the thing about parasocial relationships is that it's like it's like they put on a certain persona, but when you actually meet them in person, it's like they're very different. You know? It's like it's like I remember like there's like one time where you like meet a celebrity, and like the celebrity like it could have nothing to do with you, but the celebrity could be like in a bad mood. He could be going through like a terrible breakup, or like I don't know, he's pissed off about something his agent said to him, or his mom, and then basically like you try to approach him, and then he blows up at you. Or you're like, I don't know, it could be like a bit more complex than that, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. But I don't know. All right, your brother seems like a cool guy, you know. And if he's like and if he's like, and if he's every like what you described, then yeah, you're probably right. All right. So we've got some good news and some bad news. All right. So good news is we are 6 away from 50 subscribers. That's the great news. All right. The bad news is I'm probably gonna have to, turn the stream off from around like I think 12:30 because I need to sleep. And at this point, I kind of gotta get my like sleeping schedule right because like I think work starts up for me about around like 9. So. But so far, this has just been just a journey, an absolute success. Honestly, I DK someone. You're the MVP. You're the MVP here. You're the MVP. You did not need to do any of this. I certainly didn't deserve any of this. I mean, I'm serious. I'm trying to find a crown here. Is there a crown emoji? Boom, right there. Right there. MVP. I mean, Jesus Christ. We are 6 subscribers away from our goal. And that wouldn't have happened without her kindness. This is legendary. Absolutely legendary. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I hope that this doesn't get into my head. You know, it's like some people, you know, it's like they get like 1,000 subscribers and all of a sudden they just, you know, they turn into like the worst people imaginable. They turn into cheaters, degenerates, you know. They turn into, you know, like scammers. Matter of fact, like quite a few influencers, they scam their audience, like especially, you know, with all this crypto stuff going around. I need to remember this to stay humble. I need to stay humble. And at this point, if I kind of like use you guys, or like I come a part of like this, if I like, you know, use this for like you know, and like, you know, do some messed up, more ethically dubious stuff, that at that point I'm probably gonna have to kind of like step back and like reevaluate who I am as a person. Those people didn't have people to hold them accountable. Fair enough. But you know, it's like when like it's like, you know, they didn't listen to them. All right. Because you know, it's like people are like, are coming in clutch and like doing all types of like, cool stuff for me, and I'm like, damn, are you sure? I don't know if I'm worth it, dog. Yeah, I'm not, this is just, this me being cool on the internet is just an act, you know? But thank you. I'm gonna have to smooth this out. Maybe keep paying on me. 5 more, what?
I am dreaming.
Oh man.
I don't know. Who is doing this? Like legitimately who? Who is subscribing? I'm sorry, like who's doing this? Like, I'm not that cool. Let me check YouTube Studio. This has to be weird. Channel analytics. What is this? Why am I getting some what? This is new to me. Five more to go. Yep. Well, I gotta go to the Art Students League and Staples soon. Cause yeah, nah. I'm gonna have to do the 50 subscribers, celebration. And for to show you guys what's in store for when we get to 50 subscribers, type in Super Annie. Search up Super Annie after this stream. I didn't know it would be that, grow that fast. I thought it'd take longer. I might need to refine this a little bit, but so far, so good. I mean, like I'm saying, man, I don't know, dog. I don't know if I'm worth this. I'm afraid, I'm kind of getting some imposter syndrome over here. It's like, my mom will tell you, I'm not the person you think I am. I could be a dick sometimes. Yes, Super Annie looks amazing. Look, one of the teachers from my high school, Mr. Lee, he put me on game. South Koreans, when it comes to the the pop culture and the art, I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm generalizing, but bro, those Asians, they know a thing or two. Honestly, it's stupid, but it's been
one stupid dream of mine is to essentially just like join the group, join that Super Any group. You know, be the one black guy in the you know, yeah, it looks really cool. Kim Jong Gi is a master. The fact, bro, he was taken from us too soon. He was taken from us too soon. Matter of fact, I have like two books from Super Annie. I got the 2022 sketch collection, and I have Stonehouse Anatomy. And whenever my sister got me this, and honestly, it's the best gift I've ever gotten. Like, I rarely touch this thing because I'm afraid that it might break apart. Cause I don't want to ruin this book. I don't. Like, Kim Jong Gi is a generational talent. Honestly, the fact that he died around the same time. No, he passed away. I don't like how dire die sounds. The fact that he passed away the moment, you know, around the same kind of moment where AI art started to pop off, that had to be a sign from God, right? Or the universe, or the spaghetti monster, or whatever you believe in. Personally, I'm a God guy, but that had to be a sign, right? It's just so weird, bro. One of the most influential artists passing away at the same time that, you know, something as just soul crushing as AI art popping off, man. Man, is it the fact that he passed away? He could have made so much more. Like, we were robbed. Not to mention, no. Then again, you know, I'm saying this. It might be insensitive, cause like, obviously, Kim Jong Gi's like children and wife were robbed. You know, the children. You know, they didn't have they obviously they don't have a father if they have their father in their life anymore, and that's really sad. And you know, of course, you know, the wife, she lost her husband. You know, it's just like we were robbed of this man on so many levels, so many levels. But hey, man, you know, it is what it is. Ball up top, I guess. Now, how is this? I definitely need to work on studying. Got 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes. Ball up top. big inspiration Kim Jong-il is. You know, I actually kind of met him once, but I was too nervous to talk to him. One, because, well, he looked insanely busy, and two, I did not know a single word of South Korean. I didn't even know how to say hi. Like, not even like one "안녕하세요," you know? Not even one. And now he's gone. He's gone. I'll never get a chance to speak to him again. You know, I still visit their website or YouTube channel. Because in the end, it's like, there's still some great artists on there. It's not just Kim Jong-il, but, you know, Kim Jong-il was like a very, you know, very big part of that group. It's like a very, very, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know about that. What did I do? What did I do, though? No. Redo. Right? And then we just take that and, like, whew. I need to check my phone and see if this is actually real. 45 subscribers? I must be dreaming. Okay, so in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I have to go to bed. So, if you have any last minute questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. And by the way, when we get to 450 subscribers, I'm going to get some poster boards, some very large posted papers, brush pens from the league, and some tape from like a hardware store or something. And I'm going to essentially do a brush pen drawing, no pencils. Any last questions? Last questions. Because if not, I'm going to put some strokes in. And I'm going to hit the sack. Random question, but morning showers or night showers? Oh, man. I don't know how to answer that question. You know what? I'm just going to be honest. Night showers? I only get morning showers if I get a haircut. But I feel like, you know, it's like, you know, I think before, like, you know, like, in the morning, I do my best to kind of, like, you know, make sure that I'm, you know, I don't smell like a homeless person. Like, I practice basic hygiene. I brush my teeth. I comb my hair. I put on clean clothes. Put on deodorant. You know. Stuff like that.
So yeah, I think kind of like a night shower guy. So maybe I should do, but maybe in the summer I should do like morning showers more. Because every time I get home from work, I feel sticky. And I don't like that at all. What's 2 plus 2? 4. The answer is 4. Okay, let's see how this is looking so far. Okay, kind of liking where it's going. I see the vision. I see the vision. 4 more to go. You know what? I have a last minute question myself. Who is doing this? Yo, who is doing this? Come on. Who is subscribing to my channel? Am I being punked? Am I being pranked here? Pranked here? I'm not that cool. I am not that cool. I was never popular in school. I always said the wrong things. I never had a girlfriend. You know, I had friends, but that was because, like, you know, I had like I was decently social decently socially calibrated. Like, who is doing this, my guy? I'm not being pranked. I think it's mostly IDK someone. IDK, are you behind this? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. How many fake accounts have you constructed? Come on. Fess up. How many alternate accounts? I asked all my friends, you had to ask her. I'll just say I've contributed too. Oh man. Bro, I don't know what to say. Maybe a few accounts. Maybe a few accounts. Come on, dog. You know what? I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. All I am gonna say is thank you. Thank you so much. This is just insane. I could celebrate, but I'm just gonna go to bed right now. I'll be happy in the morning. All right. Good night, IDK someone. Good night, Big Toe. Good night, Gavi. Good night, Broken Blade. Good night, Liz. If you're in there, she was in there somewhere. She was in there somewhere. I definitely remember her being in this chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Guys, when we get to 50 subscribers, I want to do something. I want to do something new. Something hopefully that's cool. I want to experiment. Because 50 is still very small. And when you're still very small, you get to experiment. But either way, you know, thank you. Good night. Keep on drawing. Rage against the machine. Pick up a pencil. And good night.